Bottom of the first, Jumbo's down 1-0 very early on in the game. They are sending out a newer lineup that they've been working with. Bats have started to go cold for the Jumbos, and as such, they have had to make some lineup adjustments. So Henry Fleckner, who has spent the majority of the season at the bottom part of the order, is now the leadoff hitter. First pitch he sees high into center field. The center fielder McKenzie tracking, and he's got it for out number one.
Yeah, some really solid contact by Fleckner there off the bat, so hopefully that can be a harbinger of things to come in the game.
One of the changes that the Jumbos have started to roll with is a new second baseman, freshman Jesse McCullough, the batter. .429 batting average in the limited at-bats that he has had this season. 1.029 OPS, 2 walks as well. For the freshman, takes the first pitch he sees from Jason Bogdanos.
Yeah, McCullough has a very small sample size so far, but he definitely has a lot of talent there, as we've seen in games so far this year.
Bogdanos, hard fastball. You can hear just the strength and the velocity behind that with the loud pop as it goes into the catcher's mitt. That one inside, though, for a ball. Hit. Diving shortstop is Burrito Trinidad. Sorry, got distracted for a minute. I couldn't see whether or not the ball got past him. He knocked it down, but was not. He prevented the ball from going any further. Attempted to make a play, but I mean, base hit regardless should go on the board for Jesse McCullough.
Yeah, that's some really good contact there by McCullough, hitting it out to the place where the shortstop couldn't get to it.
It was almost a highlight reel play for CJ Burrito Trinidad. Almost managed to pick that one up, just not able to grab it, and even almost had it on the throw as well.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, we have Jimmy Evans here, the right fielder.
Jimmy Evans comes in today with a .258 batting average. Checking on McCullough is Bogdanos.
Yeah, well, when you have 70 stolen bases on the year, you got to do that if you're the Bowdoin starting pitcher when you're playing against the Jumbos.
And just about any one of the Jumbos players will attempt a stolen base if they manage to find themselves on the base pads. I pitch high for a ball. We do apologize for the lack of balls and strikes on the graphic. We are experiencing a little bit of some internet issues. So to account for that, we are doing the best that we can to give you the update on balls and strikes. 1-1 the count to Jimmy Evans with one out. Running is McCullough. Throw over is definitely in time. Tag made by Burrito Trinidad, and the Jumbos, with the first base runner they've had of the day, send him, and he gets tagged out on a beautiful throw from Simos.
Yeah, really good instinctual throw there by Simos there to the second base to throw him out.
2 outs now and none on for Jimmy Evans. 1 pitch later. That one looking like it's going to go foul. No attempt at a play to be made by the left fielder, Murray, who was shying more towards left center. Would have been a long, long run.
Yeah, Jimmy Evans is definitely a really hard hitter, so definitely want to keep that one in play.
1-2 again to Evans. Taken for a ball.
Yeah, Bogdanos is such a good pitcher. 29 strikeouts on the year.
A lot of oohs coming in from the crowd. Not sure if they agree with a call ball there. Regardless, 2-2. Evans hit that one out into right field. Back up against the wall is Peckler, but he's got it. Not quite enough on that one from Jimmy Evans. The F9 will put the Jumbos down a 1-2-3 despite the base hit that came in from Jesse McCullough. So Bogdanos with the first lead he had, able to get to work very early on here in this game.
Yeah, Bogdanos is a really good picture for the Polar Bears, and definitely the Jumbos have their work cut out for them today.
We'll be right back with a potential fun guest star for you guys. Top of the second here at Saul Gittleman Park. It'll be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up for the Polar Bears. And we have a special guest star here today. Good friend of mine, Alex Krakauer, member of the Tufts University Club baseball team, out enjoying a good day at the ballpark. Alex, how you doing? How's the weather? How's the game?
I'm good. It's a great day out here. It's been a while since we have had any weather like this, so I'm really excited to, watch a good game, see Tufts hopefully get a win today, and, just be here for the baseball.
Very well said there, Alex. It'll be the right fielder Peckler leading off this top of the second. First pitch he sees is a ball. Alex, as I believe you play second base now, right?
I do.
So that means you get plenty of reps up at the plate. Pitch from Kinney. That one grounded down the first base side. Fair. Flavin picks that one up himself, steps on the bag for out number 1. With being a second baseman, you obviously get to go up at bat. You saw a home run in the top of the first inning. You want to kind of walk through what you would do as a hitter, as a power hitter, with a high right field wall, how you're starting to approach that change in the ballpark?
Yeah, well, I don't think that's anything you come into a game looking for. As a ball is hit to shortstop, Fletcher makes the play.
Nicely said.
Well done.
Please continue.
Anyways, so I don't think that's anything you necessarily come into a game looking for. You're really just trying to get the ball in your spot, getting ahead and count and put it in play, hit it hard, hit it straight. I think it would look like a really good swing, but 3-2 count, you got something he liked, and he took it out.
So I tend to ask everyone I'm on the mic with this question, so I'll ask this to both Gabe and Alex. Full count, 3-2, the next pitch decides the course of the at-bat. Would you consider 3-2 to be pitcher favored or batter favored?
I'm going to say this early in the game, I think it's pitcher favored. I think really the pitcher's just trying to attack right now. They want to get the ball over. They don't necessarily have to move to what the batter's trying to do. They're going to go for their pitch, and the batter doesn't necessarily have a choice right now. They don't know that the guy's going to attack or certainly go in a certain direction. So I think it would be in favor of the pitcher.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you. I couldn't have said it better myself.
3-1 pitch fouled off by the Bowdoin DH Lucas Sy. That'll work the count full. For first 4 pitches he saw delivered a 3-1 count, fouled that one off, and now 3-2, 2 out. Kinney looking to get his first 1-2-3 inning of the day. Another swing, another foul for Sy. Now, Alex, I had mentioned earlier about how this is the first time that the Jumbos will be playing in a game where the weather has been above 50 degrees at home. Now, that ball taken for a called strike 3. Sy goes down looking, and Kinney gets his first 1-2-3 of the day.
Yeah, really good bounce back inning for Kinney there, for sure. He definitely needed that.
Jumbos will bring up their 4, 5, and 6 hitters in the bottom of the second, but we'll stay right here to provide some lovely commentary while everyone gets set and ready to go for the bottom of the second. As I was saying, it's the first time where the Jumbos are playing a game at home where the weather's been above 50 degrees. How big of a difference will that make in terms of, pitchers being constantly loose, no longer having to deal with the cold, muscle contractions and a whole bunch of biology stuff? And in terms of, the hitter, when you're standing there stationary, you're no longer freezing and, getting tense.
Yeah, I mean, baseball, it's a stationary sport. You're really trying to keep your body warm while staying still, and it's a tough thing to do, especially in the cold. So, getting to have that nice weather and really just enjoy yourself, get the blood flowing, it feels really good. And I imagine these guys are having a lot of fun today.
4, 5, and 6 due up for the Jumbos. That'll be the first baseman, Flavin, you see walking into your screen right now. He'll lead off this inning. Connor Flavin has had some reps at first base. Obviously did not start the season as he was coming back from an injury, but once he was all healthy and ready to go, started playing first base for a couple of games, found himself in right field for a while. But today, right back in that first base spot, .271 batting average on the year, 3 doubles, 3 home runs, and is tied for the team lead with 17 RBIs on the season.
Yeah, he's really been one of the key cogs on this offense so far.
Swing and a miss. Flavin now down 0-2 to Jason Bogdanos. The ace of the Polar Bear pitching, I don't want to say rotation because there aren't really rotations in Division III baseball, but I'm not quite sure what another correct term might be.
I would say rotation.
Pitching arsenal?
Yeah.
That does it.
1-2 pitch. That one hit hard to the shortstop, Brito Trinidad. His throw over in time to get Flavin, who was hustling down the line for the first out of the bottom of the second.
Yeah, and Trinidad initially appeared to fumble that ball there, but he was able to recover and make the play at first.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar either what the home field of Bowdoin is, but having the turf can be an adjustment sometimes. I think really just seeing that ball not die as much, you gotta get up on it, and sometimes they can get up on you.
The junior from Arizona, Todd Stowicki, the batter. Stowicki, while Flavin was recovering from his injury, was that first baseman for the beginning part of the season, has shifted more into a DH role as he finds himself in today.
Yeah, and he's been a really key hitter for them on the year, .313 batting average.
2-0, Stowicki pulls that one through the gap between first and second baseman, and Stowicki will be on first with a nice little single pulled to the left-handed side.
Yeah, that was a really nice piece of hitting there for him.
Alex, you a right-handed batter or a left-handed batter?
I am a right-handed batter, so while I try to go to the opposite field, it's not as easy for me as it was for that fella.
Well, sophomore Ben Leonard, now the batter. Leonard in his typical left fielder's role for today, swinging at the first pitch he sees. That one will be fouled back. Was that a glass-breaking sound effect? That was awesome. I think that was a sound effect.
It was definitely a sound effect. Definitely a sound effect.
It was just so unexpected. I don't think I've ever heard that before. 1-1 the count to Ben Leonard. Leonard this season has had a pretty solid year hitting-wise, but perhaps his most memorable at-bat will be in the home opener for the Jumbos, where they had a walk-off win because Ben Leonard got hit in the foot. Bases loaded, 2 outs, could have pushed to extras against MIT, but Ben Leonard, proper foot positioning.
It definitely doesn't happen often.
Another pull through the gap, and that'll be back-to-back base hits from the left-handed bats of the Jumbos. First, second, and 1 out for the catcher, Connor Bowman.
Yeah, that's the 17th hit on the year there for Leonard. He's really good at pulling the ball there.
Preseason had the opportunity to talk with some of these Jumbos players, and obviously it's a more than double the size fence out in right field, and with a plethora of left-handed bats, was curious as to whether or not the Jumbos have a new approach to dealing with that wall, whether or not we're expecting to see less home runs, but it is still 310 to that right field corner, and a bunch of players all said the same thing. Our big left-handed power bats, Todd Stowicki, Ben Leonard, even Jimmy Evans, none of them are afraid of the wall. They still are power pull hitters. They believe they got every bit of muscle to get a ball out and over the fence in right field. Connor Bowman hitting one out into center field. That one's down and in play. Stowicki being waved around third. He's going to come in. Throw is not in time. Cut off at second, and the Jumbos battle back in the bottom of the second, put up a run of their own. Connor Bowman, RBI single.
Yeah, Bogdanos is a really good picture, and it was really great that the Jumbos were finally able to get a run off of him. He handled them really well in the first inning.
Yeah, each Jumbo not trying to do too much. They're just passing the baton one guy after the next. Hit the ball hard and good things will happen.
3 singles in a row for the Jumbos after the first out of the inning was recorded. Everything tied up in one runner in scoring position for the third baseman, Patrick Solomon. Bogdanos finding himself a little bit of an issue here in the bottom of the second, pitching out at the stretch. That one good at the knees for a strike, 1-1 the count.
Yeah, a little bit similar to the situation that Kinney found himself in the first inning.
The 1-1. Check back over at second. We've highlighted it. The Jumbos love to steal bases. Ben Leonard, second on the team in stolen bases. I believe he has 14 on the season. Yep, 14 for 15. Only person with more stolen bases than Ben Leonard is the batter At the plate right now, Patrick Solomon, who has 17 on the year. Two-one from Bogdanos. That one hit out into the right center field gap. That one might go all the way back to the wall. Solomon turning first. He's going to come into second. One run already home. Tag not in time. Doesn't even have the ball. The second baseman, Jesse Peckler. Good throw to try and get Solomon on a big turn going over to second. Not able to get there in time. Another run comes home. Leonard going to score. And now two more in scoring position and still one out for the ninth man in the lineup, Ozzie Fleischer.
Yeah, and you can really see Solomon's speed on that double there. He really had no issue making his way to second on that double.
Was that right-handed batter going the opposite way that you were trying to talk about?
It was. I love the energy from the dugout right now. The Jumbos, they're getting riled up. Love to see their guys hit.
First pitch swinging is Fleischer. Diving burrito. Trinidad not able to pick that one up nor make a play. Another infield single right to the diving shortstop of Bowdoin, and the Jumbos will find their third run of the inning with another one 90 feet away.
Yeah, and they have a chance to really break the game open here if they can keep on hitting like that.
It is now 5 hits in a row for the Jumbos, 3 singles, the Solomon double, and yet another single. The Polar Bears going to come in for a quick conference, try and talk to their ace, and figure out what the game plan is going to be as they will have to face the Jumbo center fielder Henry Fleckner.
Yeah, not quite what I anticipated so far in this game. I thought it was going to be more of a pitching duel, but the Jumbos have really been able to get the Bogdanos here pretty well.
Bogdanos is the reigning NESCAC pitcher of the week, if I do recall correctly. So you do have a battle of some award-winning pitchers on the season. But so far, the Jumbos, especially in this inning, have had Bogdanos' number.
Yeah, and this league should really give Kinney some confidence going forward to really pitch the best way he possibly can.
We never are quite sure what Jumbo's lineup we're going to see. Is it going to be the Jumbos who came out and stomped MIT with a 20-1 win, or is it going to be the Jumbos that played in the second game of a doubleheader against Amherst that lost 2-15? Never quite know what you're going to get on any given day with this team, but when they, as streaky as they are, as throw over, Fleischer safe, delayed double steal, runner comes home, Fleischer safe at second. I was waiting for an opportunity where that might happen to talk about it because they love to do this. That's why they have so many stolen base attempts. If they get runners on the corner, the Jumbos are as happy as can be. That delayed double steal call, if the throw goes down to second, runner on third comes home. It's the biggest tool in their arsenal. They use it so often, and stolen home will be the fourth run on the board for the Jumbos.
Yeah, what a nightmare for Bowdoin there, not being able to get an out at either base.
Now, you think that's something they prepare for now?
You would think, yeah.
You have to imagine when you see a team that has attempted 85, now 88 stolen bases on the season, that you have to at least work on your pickoff move at the bare minimum. But
yeah, I haven't seen too many looks out of the pitcher here.
1-1 count to Fleckner. Shuffles back at the inside pitch, 2-1 now.
Yeah, a little bit outside there for him.
Still a runner in scoring position for the Jumbos. They have looked pretty good so far today with runners in scoring position, yet to not produce a hit when a runner is on second or third. Fleckner going down to his knee for that one, swing and a miss, 2-2.
Yeah, and Bogdanos really fooled him there.
It's been a good, healthy diet of fastballs and what appear to be sliders from this angle from Bogdanos. Yet to find a strikeout, looking for one here. That one slowly grounded to the third baseman, over on in time for the out. Runner will advance to third. Foley to Merrill to record the second out of the inning for the Polar Bears.
Yeah, really nice they're getting him over to third base. They can potentially score another run in this already very run-heavy inning for the Jumbos.
Second baseman Jesse McCullough going to be the batter for the Jumbos. Singled back in the first to open up what has been a 6-hit parade so far early on for the Jumbos. First pitch high and inside for a ball. 1-0 to the freshman is taken inside for ball 2. Two out to the Jumbo's second baseman, who's conveniently wearing the number 2, Jesse McCullough. Pitch from Bogdanos. Good break. McCullough giving it a nod as that one goes in for a strike. Not really much you can do with that much movement. Just comes inside, be like, all right, good pitch. 2-1 taken. McCullough not happy with that one.
Really good picks there for Bogdanos.
Yeah, it's a tough mix, coming in with that breaking ball and then dotting a fastball right in the outside corner.
2-2, that one hit hard to the shortstop. No diving play necessary. Throw is wild, out of the reach of the first baseman, Merrill. That one going all the way back to the dugout.
This is really just turning into a nightmare of an inning for Bowdoin here. They just can't seem to get anything going right for themselves here.
The potential to limit the damage, and the throw just goes wide. Another run comes home for the Jumbos. They've put up a 5 spot so far in the inning, and another runner in scoring position as Jimmy Evans steps up. The Jumbos have officially batted around, 9th man up in the inning.
I think that ball actually got caught a little bit off the end of the bat. It might have surprised the shortstop, had to come up a little bit faster and threw that ball away.
Was looking down at the scorecard. I didn't see that one.
Went back.
Went back? Okay. Never quite know if you might get hit by a ball. We do have a giant screen protecting us, but
we should be fine.
I've seen weirder things happen. 0-1 to Evans taken. Count now even 1-1. You know, sometimes I wonder whether or not I should be keeping book, but I remember the lovely words of one Ron Darling, who just about every game that the Mets go out and play that Ron is on the broadcast says, if you're in the ballpark, go buy a scorecard. It's very therapeutic. It's a lot of fun, especially for commentary. It's quite helpful seeing what people do at any given point in time. Granted, I am no Ron Darling, so I cannot tell anyone to go keep book, but I can do my best.
Someday, Jordan.
I don't think any of us are.
Fouled, but potentially in play. Foley running over, but that one's going to drift out.
Very narrowly there. Yeah, he almost out of play.
You know, in the off chance that anyone that works for SNY is listening, I'll be around in New York for the summer. If you want to give me a job, I can hop on the mic. The new GKR, GJR, GKRJ.
Hey, they need to know Howie Rose sooner or later.
Oh, well, that's radio. It's a little different.
Oh, I'm sorry.
2 on, 2 out, 2-2 to Evans. That one ripped foul into the parking lot. Hearing a lot of oohs. Hit a car? Yeah. Windshield? Windshield wiper. Right on the windshield. Yikes.
Definitely not ideal.
Head-on collision with a windshield. Very lucky I didn't drive to the ballpark today. We'll do it again. 2-2. Bogdanos to Evans. Half wave and a miss. Evans goes down swinging. Runner stranded on second, but not before the Jumbos can put up a 5 spot in the bottom of the second. Alex, it's been lovely to have you. Thank you for joining us on the mic, providing some lovely insight to baseball.
Thanks for having me, guys. Glad I got to be here.
All right, we'll be right back in the top of the third. Jumbos lead 5-1. Top of the third, about to get underway here in Medford, Massachusetts. Jumbos lead 5-1. The early lead that the Polar Bears found themselves with quickly erased as the Jumbos put up a 5 spot in the bottom of the second. 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up for the Polar Bears. Merrill in at bat right now. He's playing first base today. First pitch he has from Kenny, in for a ball.
Yeah, Merrill's been a good hitter. He's 7 RBIs on the year, 1 home run, 2 doubles.
Swing and a miss from Merrill. Count even now at 1s.
Yeah, and there's nobody more happy on the Jumbos right now than Connor Kenny that the Jumbos have the lead they have right now.
1-1 taken for a strike.
Really good opportunity for him to really settle into this game, find his groove, and make sure his pictures are in the right spot.
Grounded slowly. Fleischer over to his left, picks that up. Throw over to Flavin in time to beat out Merrill for the first out of the top of the third.
Yeah, pretty routine play there by Fleischer.
That'll bring up the third baseman, Liam Foley, for the Polar Bears. 246 batting average on the season, 782 OPS. Has 4 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run.
He has a lot of power for sure.
First pitch he sees from Kinney, taken low for a ball.
Yeah, a little bit low there for Kinney.
One-0 hit out into center field. Fleckner going back to the right center gap. He seems to have it over, and he does.
Yeah, both these teams so far in this game have been making a lot of good contact off the pictures. But so far, Kinney's been able to minimize the damage while Bogdanos has not.
The wind carrying well out into right field. Nice moves out there by Fleckner to track that one down, reel it in for the second out.
Yeah, the wind certainly plays a part as well.
Quick 2 outs for Kinney. Half swing, fouled off.
A very awkward foul ball there.
Center fielder Ben McKenzie finding himself down 0-2 against Connor Kinney. His last time up, grounded out to the third baseman Solomon. 0-2, down and low.
Yeah, very low there by Kinney, almost hitting the dirt.
1-2. McKenzie trying to start a rally. That one hit well into center field. In comes Fleckner, not able to get there in time. Off the bounce, jumped up in the air to pick that one up, but a nice solid piece off the bat of Ben McKenzie for what is the Polar Bears' second hit of the day and potentially the start of a 2-out rally in the top of the third.
Yeah, that's his 20th hit of the year. He's been really good at just getting those really easy singles to make sure he gets himself on base.
Catcher Steven Simos, the batter, last time up had that home run over the right field wall. Swings at the first pitch he sees directly towards us, but at that height when it's off the ground.
Thankfully we have some cement here that kind of blocks the ball from getting to us, but
0-1. Simos trying to replicate the magic he had his last at-bat. Low for a ball.
Yeah, and certainly if the Polar Bears are going to get back in this game, he'd certainly love to be the one starting it again.
One on. Pitch to Simos. Fouled again.
Yeah, another foul ball, kind of right in our general direction.
Simos just a bit early on that one, right off the end of the bat. One-two from Kinney. Swung. Foul. First bounce in play has to stay fair after it goes past the first base side. Had Flavin jumped up and picked that off, since the first bounce was fair, would have been deemed a fair ball. However, not able to grab it, and it goes foul.
Yeah, thankfully Flavin was able to avoid what would have been a costly mistake.
Another soft grounder. And we see the exact opposite that time. Flavin jumping up and able to reel that one in. Right on top of first base, lands on it. That'll be a 3U for you scorecard keeping people out there on the internet watching our stream.
Yeah, you don't often see that. Pretty much two identical plays.
One hit from Ben McKenzie, not enough to get anything going in the top of the third for the Polar Bears. Bogdanos back on the mound for what will be his third inning of work. Jumbos still lead 5-1. We'll be right back. Bottom of the third, still a 5-1 lead for the Jumbos. The first baseman, Connor Flavin, who ended the top of the third, will lead off the bottom of the third for the Jumbos. Last time up, grounded out to shortstop. That one hit high and far into center field, but McKenzie underneath it for the first out.
Yeah, Flavin, it was 3 home runs on the air. Was hoping he was going to get his fourth there, but that's some good contact by him.
A lot of first pitch swinging today from both teams.
Absolutely, and as I've mentioned a couple times already, a lot of good contact by both teams in this game.
The DH, Todd Stowicki, the batter, singled his last time up, came around to score the first run for the Jumbos. First pitch he sees is a ball. Another grounder to the first base side. Picking that one up is Nick Merrill. He'll take that one himself.
Yeah, and already a better inning for Bogdanos with two quick outs there for him. Definitely what he wanted to see after a really disastrous previous inning.
2 outs on 3 pitches. Polar Bears looking to very quickly find themselves back at the plate and look to make a dent in the 5-1 lead that the Jumbos have. It's the left fielder Ben Leonard now. Again, had a single, pulled through that first base side, and later came around to score.
Yeah, Ben Leonard, 4 doubles on the air. Another really good power contact hitter that the Jumbos have.
0-1 from Bogdanos. Check swing, didn't go around. That'll be a ball.
Yeah, some good plate discipline there by Leonard.
One low, almost skipping at the plate.
Yeah, pretty identical pitch there, just not in the strike zone there for Danos.
Inside, taking ball 3.
He does not have many walks on the air, so this would be a surprise.
3-1, turn on and ripped into right field, down and in play for a base hit. Second of the day for Ben Leonard.
Yeah, Ben Leonard just showing why he's so good at getting on base with 4 doubles on this year so far, and definitely trying to pick off where the Jumbos left off in the previous inning.
2 pulled singles for Ben Leonard. Bring up the catcher, Connor Bowman. Batted in the first Jumbo run of the bottom of the second with a base hit. Also later came around to score. This one fouled off and back. I'm watching it, and it splits the gap between 2 cars.
So I heard another sound effect there. I guess that wasn't actually the sound of a ball hitting a car, though.
Check in over at first. Leonard not taking too big of a lead. He'll get back with ease.
Yeah, Jumbos have already gotten some steals in this game so far, so Bogdanos trying to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Inside to Bowman. 1-1 the count now.
Yeah, very high pitch there for Bogdanos, just totally missing the strike zone.
This one high and foul.
Yeah, another foul ball, kind of in the same direction.
I am being informed that it did not hit a car. So just the one hard line drive that has hit a car so far today.
It did not go as deep as the previous one did. More shallow.
You know, now that I'm thinking about it, did they play the glass breaking sound when it hit the glass of a car? I don't think they did.
I don't think they did either.
That one's going to hit Bowman in the shoulder. Leonard was running trying to steal second, but the hit by pitch will erase that stolen base attempt.
Yeah, and Bogdanos had such a promising start to this inning, getting the quick 2 outs, but now two runners on, and with 2 outs remaining still, but trying to make sure that there's no further damage done in this inning.
Patrick Solomon now the batter. Had an RBI double his last time up. Bogdanos has had a little bit of a hit-by-pitch issue on the season. That's the 6th time that he has hit a batter leading his team. In fact, as a whole, Bowdoin pitching staff, an interestingly large amount of hit-by-pitches. They have 4 pitchers, 5 pitchers, 6 pitchers now that I can see that have 3 or more hit-by-pitches.
Yeah, it's so interesting sometimes how that happens, because obviously a guy like Bogdanos, he has such good control, has so many strikeouts on the year, but just hasn't been able to completely keep the command right where he wants it to be.
2-0 fouled off the foot of Solomon. Despite the fact that it went in play, it's dead ball.
Yeah, confused me there for a second.
Yeah, I was a little lost as well until I saw Solomon
Yep.
reacting to, fouling one off his foot.
Yeah, no instant replay to help us out there.
2 on, 2 out, 2 balls, 1 strike. Bogdanos to Solomon. Inside for ball 3.
That looked like it hit the zone there, but
3-1, another ball would load the bases for the Jumbos.
would be a surprising turn of events here for the Polar Bears in this inning.
Pitch from Bogdanos, ripped shallow into center field. Coming in is McKenzie. That one's going to drop in front of him. Leonard waved around third. He'll come in to score. Another RBI on the day for Patrick Solomon, and the Jumbo lead expands 6-1.
Yeah, and gets a second consecutive inning when Bogdanos is not able to limit the damage, unfortunately. He's shown he has good pitches in the game, but he just has not been able to capitalize enough.
Bowman on second, Solomon on first after his RBI single. Bring up the Jumbo shortstop, Ozzie Fleischer. Just an inning ago, had a single, brought in a run, came around to score himself. Bogdanos trying to limit the damage, his first pitch in for a strike.
Yeah, he just has to get back to right where he's good at, striking guys out.
(0-1) to Fleischer. Swung late, foul.
Yeah, a really hard hit foul ball there by Fleischer. Just another example the Jumbo's getting continually good contact off Bogdanos in the game.
Long hold from Bogdanos. 0-2 pitch to Fleischer. High and at the head for a ball.
Yeah, very high pitch there by Bogdanos. Totally missed the strike zone.
Does have some wiggle room, being ahead 0-2. Definitely a pitcher favorite count, as is 1-2.
Absolutely.
Bogdanos bouncing one. Good block by the catcher, Simos, to keep that one in front of him, preventing the runners from advancing.
Yeah, pretty much completely the opposite pitch there from Bogdanos. This one hitting the dirt way before it hit the catcher's mitt.
Count even at 2s, 2 on, 2 out. Bogdanos looking to close this one. Throws above the head of Fleischer, and after being down 0-2, the count now full to the Jumbo shortstop.
Yeah, he just has not been able to show his trademark and command that he's displayed all season long in this at-bat.
Payoff pitch, Bogdanos in need of a strike. It'll be hit, grounded up the middle. Is it going to get through? Second baseman able to pick that one up and throw out Fleischer.
And that was
a defensive play by Chessie.
Yeah, I'd say Jordan. That's got to be the best defensive play of the game so far. At least in my opinion. Really good job getting the out at first.
Not necessarily a run-saving play, as there was no chance Bowman would have attempted to come home from third, but to close that inning as it was starting to get hairy, you got 2 early outs, and somehow the bases become full, runners come home. It's definitely a great play to put a close to that one.
Yeah, it's one of those plays. If the Polar Bears end up coming back and winning this game, you'll definitely look back at it and identify it as a moment with a tide turned a little bit.
Jumbos tack on another run, extend their lead to 6-1. We'll be right back for the top of the 4th.
Welcome back to Saul Goodman Field. I am Justin Loker. We'll be staying with Gabe Gonzalez for a bit. And the leadoff pitch to Brito Trinidad is taken for strike 1.
Yeah, really good strike there by Kinney.
It'll be grounded to first. It'll be taken care of by Flavin, tossing it to Kinney for out number 1.
Yeah, good communication there by Kinney with his first baseman to make sure he was there to make the out at first.
The sophomore Kevin Murray will be up to bat now. He'll fly it to center right. It'll be taken by the right fielder, Jimmy Evans, for out number 2.
Yeah, similar to the previous inning. Both pitchers have been able to get 2 quick outs in quick succession. We'll see if Kinney is able to close the deal like McDonald's was not able to in the previous inning.
Gabe Peckler now, the junior from Newton, Mass. Pitch from Kinney is taken at the knees for strike 1.
Yeah, great job by Kinney, making sure he's able to get ahead of the count here.
Kinney's 0-1. Grounded to Flavin. He'll take it himself this time for out number 3. It'll be a 1-2-3 top of the 4th. The Jumbos still up 6-1. Welcome back to Saul Goodman.
scoring.
Absolutely. Bogdanos does look like he'll be back out on the mound for the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, he will be, and really, despite that home run by Evans, he's actually in the last couple innings, he's been, getting quick outs. He's been limiting too many hitter duels at the plate, so he hasn't been pitching as bad as the run count would otherwise suggest.
Now Todd Stowecki will be up to bat. He's already scored a run in this game. He'll foul that back.
Yeah, Stowecki, 313 batting average. He's been a really key part of this Jumbo's offense that's been so efficient at scoring runs.
The 0-1 taken at the knees for strike 2.
It looked a little bit low to me there, but
both pitchers benefiting perhaps from a little generous strike zone on the knees.
as long as it's consistent.
Fair enough. That'll be flown to left. Left fielder will run onto it, make the play. That was Kevin Murray making the first out there.
And he did a little bit of zigzagging in the outfield there, but he was able to come down with the ball there. Thankfully for him.
Will still be a few more hours till that sun goes down. We'll still be out there for the rest of that game, most likely.
Yep, beauty of April.
Ben Leonard to the plate now. He'll take that at the shoulders for ball 1.
Yeah, Ben Leonard, 4 doubles on the year, a triple, 16 hits. He's been having a really good year.
That'll be driven to right. It'll go off the wall. He'll turn, but he will stop at first after a strong throw by Gabe Peckler, the right fielder.
And boy, oh boy, Ben Leonard really crushed that ball out to the outfield there. He did a really good job of making sure that he was able to get the ball all the way out there, and great hitting on his part.
If that wall were maybe 30 feet back, that probably would have been a double, but with that sort of green monster-like wall just in right field.
No, it's a great analogy, very much like the Green Monster.
And now Connor Bowman, the catcher, will be at bat with Ben Leonard on and 1 away. He will make a bit of contact as that goes to the backstop, strike 1.
Yeah, a little bit late there on the swing, but able to make some contact.
Ben Leonard with 14, as I say that, the check on Leonard. Ben Leonard is 14 for 15 stealing bases, so large volume, very efficient. Great weapon on the base paths for these Tufts Jumbos.
Yeah, so many of the Jumbos are with their...
Leonard is leaning. He won't go this time. But that ball will be dropped by the catcher. Ben Leonard will advance to second. I would personally rule that a passed ball, as that was nowhere near the dirt. We'll see what it's ruled.
Yeah, unfortunate there for Samoa's dropping the ball, because I think if he didn't drop it, he would have had a good chance at the play at second, but...
Now runner in scoring position for Connor Bowman. 1-1 count. He'll foul that back, net will catch it.
Yeah, similar to the previous play, a little bit late on the swing, but he's making contact, keeping himself in the at-bat.
But as we've mentioned prior, with those 70 for 85 on the base path coming into this game, Jumbo's not afraid to run and not afraid to take advantage of any pitches in the dirt or that get away from Lucas Chai.
Absolutely, they are.
Now the 1-2. Taken inside. Looks for a second like it might have grazed his elbow, but guess not. 2-2.
Yeah, that pitch there by Bogdanos was very much inside. Almost had to jump back a little bit from the plate. Wasn't sure if it was going to hit him or not.
Will be fouled back. Now the 2-2 to Bowman. Ooh, foul back, hits Chai in the math. That can't feel good.
Yeah, and this has really been a good at-bat here for Bowman, just fouling off pitches, making sure that he stays up there at the plate, really making Bogdanos work in this game. in this at bat.
Umpire will walk over there with Bogdanos, giving Lucas Chai a bit of time to recover.
Umpire's getting himself set back up behind the catcher.
My apologies on that. The catcher is Steven Simos, not Lucas Chai. My apologies for that mix-up over this past inning. That ball we taken low in the dirt.
Yeah, very, very low there by Bogdanos, and full count.
Yep, full count. That'll be squibbed to first, caught by the first baseman.
And I think a little bit of an unfortunate ending to what really was a great at-bat with Bowman fouling back multitude of balls, and thankfully for Bogdanos, he was able to get out there unscathed.
That will bring up Patrick Solomon with, as mentioned, my favorite walk-up song, Calabria.
No, it's definitely a good walk-up song.
2 outs, runner on second for Solomon. Will be taken for strike one.
Yeah, great first pitch there by Bogdanos. Just what he has to do. He just strikes down the middle, get ahead of the count.
As you mentioned, Bogdanos has settled in a bit more.
No, both pitchers really have. Him and Kinney have really settled down after a pretty rough start for both of them.
That'll be check swing. He'll make contact, put it in play, toss over to Merrill from the pitcher. That'll retire the side. No runs that inning as Bogdanos escapes unscathed. After 5, the score is 7-1 for the Jumbos. We will be back.
Hello, everyone. I am back. 7-1, the Jumbo lead. Center fielder Ben McKenzie to start. Slow tapper over to Solomon, who gets that one to Flavin for the first out of the top of the 6th inning.
Good to have you back, Jordan.
Thank you, Gabe. Hope you guys enjoyed having Justin Lokier on the mic.
We did. While you were gone, it's really become a little bit of a pictures duel here. It's both Kinney and Bogdanos has really both settled in this game.
Of course, there was that Evans home run.
Of course, yeah. The minor anomaly there. Yeah.
Aside from that, both pitchers have settled in after some early struggles.
Really moonshot of a home run there for Evans.
Catcher Steven Simos now the batter. Hard hit over to Flavin. Looks like he's going to take that one himself. Flavin getting a lot of work today. That is going to be the 4th time that he's fielded a grounder himself and taken it over to the bag.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these appear to be pretty routine plays, but not making any errors, being efficient, making sure that the Polar Bears don't get any unnecessary base runners.
Shortstop C.J. Brito Trinidad, the batter. Over 2 on the day so far.
A little bit of a low pitch there by Kinney.
1-0 from Kinney. Off speed and ruled not a strike.
Yeah, that changeup looked like it was right down the middle. I was surprised to see that being called a ball.
As was I. It was definitely above the knees, too.
Yeah, most definitely.
Regardless, 2-0 now to the Bowdoin shortstop. Now 3-0.
Yeah, Kinney does not walk many people. It was only about 4 walks on the year, so This would definitely be unusual.
That one in for a strike. Taking on the 3-0 was Burrito Trinidad. Now 3-1.
Hitters count for him here.
That one grounded. Fleischer not going to make an attempt. That one's into left field. Base hit for Bowdoin.
Yeah, Trinidad has had a lot of hits so far this year at this 21st on the year. Just really good at making sure that he can make good contact and get on the bases.
2 out and a runner on. Left fielder Murray going to come up to bat. 0 for 2 so far, 2 flyouts, so he's had some good contact on the day.
As many players for both teams have had.
That one laced into center field. It'll be down. Back-to-back base hits to left field for the Polar Bears. Very quickly now, runner in scoring position, and Kinney's going to have to work around some trouble. Hasn't had much since the first inning, but now here in the 6th, he's going to have to bring his best stuff to the next batter if he wants to get out unscathed.
I wonder, Jordan, how much longer do you think Kinney has in this game? When do you think they start to go to the bullpen?
Well, taking a look right now, it seems like every pitcher in the Jumbo's bullpen is sitting and doing nothing. So
probably
I'm guessing
a little bit
Kinney might
longer.
have some more time out here.
Probably.
As I say that, someone came off the wall.
All right.
Starting to stretch.
Guess I anticipated something. Or maybe not.
Well, just general getting loose. But
Maybe not.
necessarily for the game.
Maybe not.
That one low, 1-1. Right fielder Peckler up to bat right now. He's got 2 grounders, 2 counterflavin so far today. Looking for his first hit. Looking to put up another Bowdoin run. Check back in at second, not in time. Kinney close, jumping up, thinking maybe he got him, but ultimately Burrito Trinidad able to get back.
Yeah, Trinidad very narrowly got back to base there. It was definitely a very close call.
One Fleischer playing off the bag at second. Peckler takes a strike. 1-2 now. Of course, with that runner on second means it would be quite difficult for the runner on first to steal second, so Flavin can also play off the bag. Try and take away some more of the infield. 1-2. This one's hit high and out into right field. Evans just going to look up and watch it sail. It's gone. 3-run shot off the bat of the right fielder, Gabe Peckler, his second of the year. It'll be his 9th, 10th, and himself the 11th RBI. The 7-1 Jumbo lead is gone. 7-4. Now the score at Gittleman.
Yeah, I mean, only a 3-run game now. Of course, that's why you get all those extra insurance runs to give yourself more breathing room. But definitely, Bowdoin wanted to get back in this game. They certainly have done that.
After having seemingly a rough day at the plate with 2 infield grounders right to the first baseman, Peckler recovering and with fashion. A nice, powerful shot. Evans already standing at the wall, just had to watch it leave. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Gabe Peckler out and to right.
Yeah, and that was really the first dent in the armor there for Kinney since the first inning.
2 quick outs and some hits. Bowdoin now back in this one, 7-4. Still have to climb back, but the dent has been made.
Kinney throws a pitch into the dirt there.
Second baseman Chessie the batter. He has a double on the day.
Another very low pitch there by Kinney. I wonder if that home run there might have rattled him a little bit.
Regardless, it seems like the Jumbos are sticking with Kinney through this one. 3-1, swung on, fouled. We can see that out in the Jumbo bullpen, the bullpen catcher is not up to anything, but as we say that, Aiden Tucker
got the full count here.
Looks like he's going to go head out and maybe get loose. That one hit into left field. Leonard backtracking, but with room, he reels that one in, and that'll end the top of the 6th, but not after the 3-run shot off the bat of Gabe Peckler. Puts Bowdoin right back in it, cutting the Jumbo lead in half. Kinney, maybe his day is done, maybe not. Regardless, it's been a pretty good outing for him. Bogdanos going to go back out on the mound for his 6th inning of work after the offense seemingly come back to life.
Yeah, and Bogdanos has really gotten his groove in the last couple innings, so it'll be interesting to see here now that the the polar bears offense has shown that they can score more runs. How I'll respond to that.
Well, it is the 6th inning, so Gabe, we here on JumboCast don't have a graphic for it today, but we do always have a 6th inning specialty that we have called the 6th inning showdown. Now, for those of you who are new here and aren't quite familiar with what the 6th inning showdown is, it is where we pose the question of if the two mascots of the teams in the game today, it will be Jumbo the elephant and a polar bear representing Bowdoin, had to duke it out, little fisticuffs battle. Who's going to come out on top? Now, traditionally, it's how many or under what situation will it take to beat Jumbo. But I think we have an interesting situation today, as a polar bear is more on the violent side in terms of the mascots that we typically see.
Polar bears are also gigantic. They're about 20 feet long. I mean, they're the biggest bears in the world. They're very in tune with their climate. They're good at using their surroundings to their benefit. I got to go with the polar bear.
You think the polar bear?
I do.
Flat out just takes the battle.
I think
against
the polar
Jumbo.
bears, the claws just totally wrecked Jumbo.
Oh, Fleischer looking to lay down a bunt. That one's going to hit him in the thigh. He's seemingly hurt.
Yep.
Up, moving, so good to see that he's doing all right. Just might need to walk this one off.
Yeah, very good. Hope he's okay.
Oh, well, Ozzy Fleischer looks to recover from getting hit. We're going to jump back into the conversation because I'm still shocked at the fact that you think polar bear would
have you seen a video of a polar bear like on YouTube? How big they are? How aggressive they are in the wild?
Have you seen how big an elephant is?
I don't know. I think the polar bear, the claws and everything. I mean, they're about as big as an elephant. I mean, not as powerful, in terms of their trampling abilities. But I got the polar bear. I do.
I mean, the strength of a polar bear is enough to kill a fish, but an elephant with its trunk can uproot a tree. I think there's a sheer strength difference that might not be accounted for. I mean, maybe there is the argument that an elephant being bigger would need more time in order to battle. Bunt laid down by Fleckner. Bogdanov's going to go over to first in time for the out. Sack bunt by Fleckner to advance Fleischer over to second.
I don't know. I've always had a soft spot in my heart for polar bears in general. It was one of my favorite animals, so that might play part of a reason, but...
You know what? Regardless, I do think that there is a world where the polar bear wins. So I'm just gonna accept your argument, and we're gonna go from there.
We're gonna take it from there.
Jesse McCullough, the batter.
Yeah.
He's 1 for 3 on the day. Also reached on an error, which brought home a run.
The umpires called time for whatever reason. Oh. Back in it now.
Ozzy Fleischer, the runner on second in scoring position for McCullough. That one's low for a ball.
Yeah, very low there by Bug.
One 0 now. Bogdanov's gonna go back over, check in on Fleischer.
Yeah, very similar to the previous inning. A very close play there at second base with the pitcher throwing back to try to get the runner out.
I think, like me, Ozzy Fleischer got a little confused as the look back was not an initial throw over.
No, it wasn't.
Kind of hesitation there.
Yeah, definitely some hesitation there. Definitely was not on the same page there with one of his fielders.
1-1 after the foul from McCullough. The Jumbo second baseman trying to bring home his fellow middle infielder in Fleischer. That one grounded to the opposing shortstop. Over on to Merrill. And after that initial flub from Brito Trinidad way back when in the second on that overthrow, he has been locked in ever since, not rushing anything, taking his time, and making some nice throws over.
He is, and of course, from a Jumbo's perspective, they're able to get a runner now 90 feet away from home plate, and a possibility of a nice response from the previous 3-run home run that the Polar Bears had.
And who better to match it than the most recent Jumbo to take one out of the field in Jimmy Evans?
Yeah, I think exactly for the Jumbo, so you want to have that up at the plate here.
1-0 to the right fielder. Used every bit of his familiarity with the right field wall his last time up to take one out.
Yes, he did. He's certainly done that once or twice in the past.
This one hit out into right field again, going back to the wall, and it's off the top, just barely not out off the bat of Jimmy Evans. An extra 2 inches, and that one is gone off of the blue line on top of the fence, and it'll be an RBI double for Evans.
Yeah, obviously I'm sure he's disappointed he didn't get a second home run of the game, but adding another run here for the Jumbos is really huge in the grand scheme of things.
Peckler watched that one go all the way back. Where that is, about 350, 345 in order to get that ball out and over the fence right off the top of it. I honestly thought it was gone, but
I thought it was gone off the bat too.
As close as it could be. Nice play by Peckler off the wall, though, to bring that one in and prevent Evans from advancing to third. Evans does have the speed to do it.
He does. And Bogdanos really just fired a ball right past him there.
Well, Bogdanos has had Flavin's number so far today. Flavin 0 for 3. 2 grounders and a fly out to center. Evans looking to run, but the foul ball will nullify any motion.
Yeah, prevented there for him.
Well, with 2 out and a hitter whom your pitcher has been quite the boss of, at least today, can't imagine that an attempt at a throw over to third might have been made.
Yeah, no, probably not. Gotta feel pretty confident here if you're Bowdoin.
Oh, 2 to Flavin. Taken inside, called strike 3, and that'll cap off the bottom of the 6th, but not after Jimmy Evans right off the top of the wall. Not an inch more would have been gone, and ultimately ended up being a double. Brought home a run. Evans stranded at second. Jumbos bounced back from giving up 3, put up 1 of their own. 8-4 now the score. Top of the 7th, Jumbos up 8-4, and going to their bullpen first. It'll be the hard-throwing senior Aiden Tucker on the mound for them now. Connor Kinney's day is done. 4 runs, 6 hits against him on the day, and Aiden Tucker comes in, first pitch thrown, strike.
Yeah, and I think overall for Connor Kinney, you have to say it was a pretty successful outing, minus that 3-run home run there.
Grounder over to the second baseman, McCullough. Over to Flavin for the first out.
Pretty routine out there by him.
Tucker on the season, a 1.42 ERA. 2-0, and typically that's not a record that is something significant. 2-0 if you're thinking about a starting pitcher, especially 20 games into the season. However, Tucker being a relief pitcher, what that 2-0 record indicates is the fact that they like him in close game situations. He's, one of the first guys they get out of the bullpen, and he's been really solid when he comes out, in positions where the game is tied, 1-run games, those types of situations where if he comes in and the Jumbos are able to battle back, put up a run, and ultimately win the game, he's the pitcher on record.
Yeah, I mean, he's been really effective in making sure that they can win close games that they have been able to so far.
The 1-1 fouled off by the first baseman, Merrill. 1 out, 1-2. Aiden Tucker looking for his first strikeout of the game. Not going to find it there.
Yeah, a little bit outside there.
Tucker, 5 strikeouts on the season, yet to give up a walk, and he's been dialed up, hitting as high as 95 on the season. That one called strike 3. Merrill going to go down looking.
Yeah, it really shows that he's a fantastic combination of both excellent command and great velocity, too.
Tucker was one of the pieces that last season's Jumbos were missing. He was recovering from Tommy John surgery, and this season has looked nothing less than stellar.
Yeah, you have to say a fantastic comeback there for him.
First pitch, he dishes out to the third baseman, Foley. Is high for a ball. Tucker immediately firing back with a fastball, not going to find the mark. 2-0 now.
That was a thundering fastball there.
Foley going to swing at that one, send it foul.
He really crushed that foul ball there. Lucky it wasn't fair.
Foley 0 for 2 on the day. Both times he's been up, flied out to the center fielder, Fleckner. So just about everyone in this game has made solid contact, as yet again Tucker going for that inside fastball, fouled off to the opposite field by the batter, Foley.
Yeah, solid contact is definitely a common trend for both teams so far in this game.
2-2 from Tucker. Grounded. Fleischer going to pick that one up. Throw over to Flavin in time. Out number 3. 1-2-3 inning in the first relief inning of the game for Aiden Tucker. Preserving the Jumbo 8-4 lead, leaving a 0 on the board for the top of the 7th. We'll see whether or not Bogdanos' day is done or not in the bottom of the 7th. Jumbo's lead 8-4. The 7th inning stretch is over. Bottom of the 7th, Jumbo's up 8-4. They're going to be sending out 5, 6, and 7, Stowicki, Leonard, and Bowman. Jason Bogdanos' game is over. And Bowdoin has made their first move to the bullpen. Nasty breaking pitch right there to send Stowicki behind 0-1. You want to give us a quick little breakdown on the relief pitcher we have here for Bowdoin?
Yeah, Connor Cassidy's really been a fantastic pitcher for Bowdoin so far this year. He's a 1.08 ERA. He has only 2 walks on the year, 8 strikeouts. He's been a really good, effective pitcher for them.
And so far today, he has been nothing less than effective in the small sample size of the 3 pitches he has thrown, but all 3 have been strikes against Todd Stawicki. Stawicki going to foul that one into his own team's bullpen.
He really hammered that foul ball there.
Stawicki 1 for 3 on the day, had a base hit and came around to score in the second. Since then, a grounder and a fly out to left field his last time up. The 0-2. That one going to be hit over the jumping shortstop, Brito Trinidad. And Todd Stawicki's going to pull in at first with his second single of the day.
Yeah, great piece of hitting there for Stawicki, just getting the ball over the second baseman and into the inner outfield.
Going to see a running change coming in here. Now that the game is no longer heavily Jumbo favored, now with a 4-run lead are the Bows. They're going to go and look for a pinch runner. Stawicki going to be off the bags at first. It'll be the freshman Malcolm Whitfield now going to run. He's 2 for 2 for stolen base attempts. Typically we see him in a catching position when he does play. Also see him plenty in warm-ups. Ben Leonard, the batter, fouling off the first pitch he sees. Whitfield was running.
Yeah, we've obviously talked about how good they are at stealing bases.
Leonard 3 for 3 today with 3 singles, scored 2 runs.
Yeah, he's really been one of the players of the game for the Jumbos.
Takes the second pitch offered by Cassidy for a ball. Quick conference going to happen between the third base coach for the Jumbos and Ben Leonard. While that happens, have to point out the fact that Malcolm Whitfield is wearing number 42, not something baseball fans get to see a whole lot unless it is Jackie Robinson Day, but here in Division III, that's not a restricted number, so you get to see some people wearing what's perhaps the most famous number in the world, I'd say, in terms of baseball at least.
Yeah, I think at least in American sports, you have to say so.
1-1 from Cassidy. Leonard going to hit that one back up the middle. Brito Trinidad going to try to turn 2, but he lost the ball, bobbled it, and no out going to come out of it instead.
Yeah, and Trinidad has had such a positive fielding day so far for the Polar Bears, but just wasn't able to get any outs there in that play.
The officials ruling that as an E6. Trinidad's second error on the day. And now Cassidy's going to have to try and work around that. The potential to turn 2 was there.
Yeah, Cassidy's been such a good bullpen picture for the Polar Bears so far this year, so he's definitely got a little bit of a gem here to work out of.
Catcher Connor Bowman, the batter. 1 for 2, has also been hit by a pitch. Going to look to bunt. That one laid down perfectly, splitting the pitcher and the third baseman, Foley. Foley ultimately going to pick that one up and throw out Bowman, but the runners will advance on the sack.
Yeah, getting the out at first is important, but having 2 runners in scoring position is definitely not ideal if you're Bowdoin and trying to get back into this game.
It was almost a perfect bunt from Connor Bowman. He split the pitcher and the third baseman, and honestly, I thought he might have had a chance. Had Foley not, been aggressive and tried to make the move, might have found himself on first safe.
Yeah, I think it was definitely a very close play.
Patrick Solomon now up to bat, has 2 RBIs on the day, 1 through his second inning double, 1 through his third inning single. Last time up, grounded out to the pitcher. Now with 1 out and 2 in scoring position, trying to push the Jumbos into a double-digit runs on the day. Looking to bunt, that one laid down perfectly. Tried to make a play at home. Very interesting set of decisions being made there. The catcher, Simos, picking that one up and stepping on home as if there were a force, but with no force to be had.
Yeah, and that bunk just barely got in front of the home plate. I thought it was going to go foul there for a second, to be honest with you.
Coach Sfagdis not happy with the call made at first. Patrick Solomon was ruled out, but that hesitation to try and get a non-existent force play at home might have just cost the Polar Bears an out if they are to overturn it. Conference almost always going to be had. From our angle, it looked like Solomon was safe.
Yeah. Obviously, no instant replay in Division III baseball, but
this could be a rather crucial call.
yeah, I mean, having bases loaded here would really be huge and really probably snuff out any hopes of a Polar Bears comeback here in this game.
They're going to stick with the decision. Solomon out at first, but remember, there was no force, so the step on home plate does not end the inning. Does, however, greatly trying to come up with a word that means lessen but isn't lessen.
Decrease.
You know, we'll roll with it. Greatly decrease the potential for damage being done by the Jumbos, as another out will end the inning and strand runners in scoring position. Connor Cassidy's first pitch to the shortstop for the Jumbos, Ozzie Fleischer, is a strike.
Yep. Quick change up there by him.
Fleischer was up just an inning ago, represented the runner that came home to put that one spot in the bottom of the sixth. Block by Simos is going to prevent Whitfield from coming home.
Yeah, really good play there by Simos, making sure that ball didn't get past him and, score a run.
One count to Ozzie Fleischer, who, on top of having a pretty solid day at the plate, having scored 2 runs, brought one in himself, also had that amazing over-the-shoulder catch.
Yeah, he really did. He's had a great day in the game so far.
Pitch low for a ball, 2-1 the count. 2 runners in scoring position for Fleischer. Looking to bounce back from the 3-run shot that happened not too long ago, but a swing and a miss will even the count at 2s and put the Jumbos in a position where one more strike could strand a pair of runners.
Yeah, just totally fools Fleischer there.
Two pitch from Cassidy. Grounder to third, Foley. Over to first, Merrill, and got him. Jumbo's going to strand a pair, one on second, one on third. No run coming home.
I think you have to say a little bit of a missed opportunity there for the Jumbos to really just potentially end this game, but 4-run lead is certainly not impossible for the Polar Bears to come back from here.
2 innings left to play. Bowdoin needing to put up at least 4 in that time, assuming the Jumbos don't put up another run in order to send it 2 extra innings. Looks like Aiden Tucker is going to go back out for his second inning of relief, and we'll see how that goes in just a few moments. Top of the 8th, it's going to be the 1-2-3 batters due up for the Polar Bears, Mackenzie Simos and Brito Trinidad. Aiden Tucker on the mound for his second inning of relief. First pitch he throws is going to be swung on and missed, strike 1.
Yeah, if the Polar Bears are going to win this game, it's really quite simple. They got to make sure their 1-2-3 guys can get something going here.
This one hit hard out into right center. Evans going to go back, watch it, and it is gone.
Well, what did I just say? I mean, that's a perfect start for the inning for the Polar Bears there, and, a potential start of a rally here for them.
Ben McKenzie's second hit of the day goes yard. Aiden Tucker now giving up a run in relief. The Jumbo lead now down to 3, which means it's a potential save situation. If the Jumbos are not capable to put on some more runs, maybe we're going to see Brendan McFall come into today. Who knows? But before we get there, there are no outs. And another hard hit ball. This one into center. Fleckner underneath it, though. He'll grab that one.
Yeah, that one wasn't gonna get out of here, but second straight, piece of contact that really went a long way.
Couple of hard hit balls off the bat of the Polar Bears. And after being down 7-1, the Polar Bears are back and battling.
Yeah, they certainly are, and they've had a really, really great start to this inning here. Minus the previous flyout.
Last time up in the 6th, Burrito Trinidad started a 2-out rally that saw the Polar Bears put up a 3-spot. He had a base hit his last time up.
Yep, that's a big reason why we're here.
The 1-1 pitch from Tucker. Fouled, but this one, or not fouled, flied, but this one in play. Maybe. Evans got it. He does, right by the line. With the wind pushing out to right field. Couldn't quite tell whether or not that was going to go foul, but stayed fair. Nice job by Evans to come in and grab it.
Yeah, he had a little bit of a difficulty in locating that ball, but once he saw it, he was able to make the play pretty easily.
It's almost no man's land.
Almost, yeah.
But pushed a little far enough that Evans is able to make the play. 2 out now. That one grounded up the middle. Fleischer diving, picks that one up. Throw is not in time. Almost a piece of greatness from Ozzie Fleischer as Tucker let that one go past him. But the speedy Murray able to beat that one out and keep the hopes alive for the Polar Bears in the 8th.
Yeah, not in time. That was a great job by him to keep the ball in the infield there, because he didn't look like he had any shot at getting that at first glance.
Not 2 innings ago, in a 2-out situation, Gabe Peckler was the batter. Hammered one over the right field wall for a 3-run shot. Now stands in at bat. Swinging first pitch, fouled.
Yep, just barely made some contact there.
If Peckler were to go yard here, would not quite tie the game, but the momentum would certainly be in favor of the Polar Bears. 0-1, he's swinging. Shifting over was McCullough. He'll pick that one up on the slide. Nice move by him to retire the side. Polar Bears able to put up 1, bring this now within a save situation. Jumbo's going to look to try and bounce back from the run they gave up in the bottom of the 8th, as it'll likely be their last ups. Bottom of the 8th, Fleckner first pitch swinging, grounded over to the second baseman, Chessie. He'll throw him out for the first out.
Yeah, and something we were talking about during the break, there hasn't been a lot of walks in this game. Everybody's swinging at the first pitch, really contributing to the quick pace of the game.
It's not quite that there hasn't been not a lot of walks. There's been no walks.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah,
is quite descriptive of the game that we've had today. It's been really fast-paced, quick-moving, despite the fact that there are a collective 20 hits recorded by the players in today's game. It's still been rather fast because not a lot of these counts are getting to 3 balls.
Not a lot, and a lot of hard contact too. A lot of good offense in the game.
The 1-0 to McCullough in there for a strike. There are some wandering folks in the Jumbo's bullpen. Not quite sure who we're going to see in the top of the ninth, but Aiden Tucker's day is likely over based off of the movement that we're seeing in there. No one's quite throwing, but, you know, it is still a little early with one out.
Yeah, should be something interesting to watch here in this inning.
1-2 from Cassidy. Grounder over his mitt. Second baseman Chessie going to pick that one up, and back-to-back grounders to second. Chessie looking great in this inning. 2 outs for the Polar Bears.
Yeah, really good defensive play there by him and making it look pretty easy.
Well, with 2 outs, we just saw none other than Brendan McFall pick up a ball in the bullpen. His glove is on, looking like he's going to get the top of the ninth. Jimmy Evans fouling one right to us.
Almost to my computer there.
Yeah, one person over to the right.
That would not have been good.
You know, as much as I like our spot, you know, we're right on field level. We can see everything so clearly. Sometimes it's scary.
It is a little bit scary. Glad we got the the net here.
0-1 to Evans outside for a ball. Evans' last 2 times up has brought home a run. Last time up, that was a double. Time before that, the run he brought home was himself.
Yeah, he's really shown how much of a hard hitter he is, getting the home run, and really probably should have been a second home run there. A little bit unlucky not to get the second one.
Cassidy behind 2-1. His pitch to Evans hit right back to the gap. The second baseman, Chessie, shifting over. Shortstop not covering in that typical spot where you would see him in a shift against a left-hander. He was still playing to the left side of second base. Evans taking advantage of the gap.
Yeah, it wasn't quite the power of the previous 2 at-bats, but nevertheless, he still gets on base for, third hit of the day.
And if it wasn't the bottom of the 8th where the Jumbos are leading, I'd say cycle watch, because Evans has a home run, a double, and a single.
Yep.
But quite unlikely that we'll see him
unlikely
again.
at this point, I'd say, yeah.
Connor Flavin, the batter now, looking for his first hit of the day. 2 groundouts, strikeout, looking and fly out to center. Behind 0-1. Cassidy looking over at first. Evans unlikely to run in this situation. Pitch high for a ball. It's a battle of the Connors, Cassidy versus Flavin.
Didn't notice that.
Check in on Evans at first. He's back.
Yeah, 2 outs in this inning, but obviously don't want to give the Jumbos any runners in scoring position here if the Polar Bears are going to make a comeback here.
Yeah, probably not the first time there's been a battle of the Connors. The Jumbos do carry, I believe, 6 different Connors.
Yeah, I noticed that. High pitch there for him, for Cassidy.
You got Flavin. You got Pedezwa, Bowman, Kinney. Probably a couple others that I can't think of right now.
Yeah, probably a couple others.
Connor Brawla. Just a whole lot of Connors.
What are the chances of that?
I wondered a while ago whether or not they can make a full lineup of Connors. They're close, but not quite there.
I wonder.
Big swing and a miss from Flavin. Good pitch from Connor Cassidy. Two high swinging was Flavin, not able to get a piece of that. He'll go down via the strikeout for his second time today. Not able to bring home Evans, just going to strand him over at first. Still 8-5 in favor of the Jumbos as we go to the top of the ninth. Do or die time for the Bowdoin Polar Bears. Last ups potentially for the Polar Bears, barring any late inning heroics. It's going to be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters at the minimum for them as they look to mount a 3-run necessary comeback in order to keep this game going. First pitch that Tucker delivers to Chessie is driven out. Fleckner with room in deep left center field. He'll reel that one in for a quick first out.
Yeah, I think a couple hearts there, skipped a couple beats, but thankfully it wasn't out there for the Jumbos.
I'd been theorizing why Aiden Tucker's back out here. You know, it's his 3rd inning of relief.
Yep.
He is, you know, in a recovery season where he didn't play a year ago. And it is technically a save situation where you have a very solid closer in McFall. Second pitch Tucker deals in the inning is also hit out into center field. Left field, rather. Ben Leonard almost tripping and falling, but he reels it in anyway. 2 pitches, 2 outs.
You were saying your theory about Tucker?
Yeah, sorry. 6, 7, and 8 are the ones due up. If you look one past that, it's 9. Four Bowdoin batters, 12 total at-bats, only 1 hit. So you can feel a little bit more comfortable about letting Tucker go back out there for a 3rd inning, knowing that the last couple of batters are not having a great day.
Yeah, I think you absolutely can. It's not the top of the order. Yeah, I mean, definitely an interesting theory.
First baseman Nick Merrill, potentially the last out for the Polar Bears today. Taking the first 2 pitches he sees from Tucker, he's up 2-0. 2-0, Tucker to Merrill. Inside for a ball. One of the rare 3-ball counts we've seen so far today.
Yeah, not many of those at all. And obviously both starting pitchers don't give up many walks to begin with.
3-0, Tucker needs to throw a strike, and he will. 3-1.
Some hitters count here.
Grounded over to Fleischer. He's going to pick it up. Throw over to first in time, and that's the game. The early inning runs from the Jumbos are enough to stifle the late inning comeback from the Polar Bears. Go down 1-2-3. Tucker set him down in the top of the 9th, and the Jumbos will win the first of 3 battles they will have against the Polar Bears, 8-5.
Very quick game here for sure. Both teams made a lot of contact and didn't waste too many times getting too many balls called.
It was a battle of the aces to begin the day, but ultimately ended up being a battle of the bats to close it off. Jumbos win 8-5, winning the first battle they have against the Polar Bears. The second and third games will be in doubleheader fashion tomorrow right here on JumboCast. So feel free to tune in for those games. Thank you so much for sticking with us. I have been Jordan Burke, joined by Gabe Gonzalez. Guest appearances on the mic by Alex Krakauer and by Justin Loker. Getting that one right this time. Behind the scenes, Henry Stahl and Riley Daniel taking care of all the visuals, graphics, anything else that you guys might have seen. So feel free, leave them a nice tip at the end of the meal. And we'll see you guys back here tomorrow for a baseball doubleheader.